here I am with Cambridge 18, the last test, test 4. Without further ado, let's get started. Hello, my name's Saber and I'm here to cover ideas on this test. Most of you have got problems with ideas, not the knowledge of English in order to kill this interview. And you also do not know techniques, so I'm going to cover that for you too. So for those who don't know what IELTS speaking is, I have to say this is a 15-minute test, including 3 parts. Part 1, easy questions, and you are going to come up with easy answers. Part 2 is going to be about a cue card, including questions, reading that for 1 minute and talking about it for 2 minutes. So you should be talkative, and you have to show off your knowledge of vocabulary. And the last part is going to be about some type of professional questions. Questions that you have to come up with better ideas. You have to be a little bit talkative. But remember, what we are focusing on for the last part is structure. Opinion, reason, example. So, take it serious. We are going to dive into the last part of it. Last test. So, let's go. Just stay tuned. Alright, here we are with test 4. I have promised those people who have been watching my videos, there are 3 other tests I have covered in this playlist. So, I have put the link here. Go for that. Watch them if you haven't. Or you can actually watch them after this one, because this video is going to be much more different from the others. So, we've got some small and very easy questions, and I'm going to cover them now for you. I'm going to come up with answers that I haven't written before, and I haven't thought of before. So, the first question is, where is your hometown? First of all, hometown is the place that you were born in. So, my hometown is in the west of the country. It's a kind of a cold country. Simple. Do not come up with long answers. This is wrong. People who do that are going to lose energy, and for the last part, they do not have any energy in order to cover the parts, especially 2 and 3, very well and professionally. Do you like your hometown? I do, due to some reasons. The first reason is the weather, and the second reason is the nature. 3. Do you often visit your hometown? Well, unfortunately, because I am busy, I hardly ever can do that. So, it's a kind of pity. 4. What is your hometown like? Well, it's a kind of nature-like place. It's totally green. It snows a lot there. And it's also a mountain town. So it's quite good for visiting and spending time, especially camping. What is the oldest place in your hometown? Well, in my hometown, there are very historic places. There is one which is a mountain dating back to more than 2,000 years ago. So that's the oldest place in this area. What is there for a foreigner to do or see in your hometown? Where there are lakes, historic places, and also there is a bridge. It's a glass bridge which has got spectacular views. How could your hometown be improved? I think the only thing that can be improved in my city is public transportation. We do not have good public transportation, and there are very few buses, trains, even planes. Has your hometown changed much since you were a child? Well, yes. The only thing that has changed was construction. Buildings. there are lots of skyscrapers now in my city. Is there good public transportation in your hometown? As I have mentioned already, there isn't good public transportation, especially the subway, so that must be improved in this region. Do you think your hometown is a good place to bring up children? Of course, there is no problem for that. But the point is, this place is kind of a business city or business center. So, well, most definitely children become businessmen or business owners, especially people who trade things. This part, very easy. I haven't reached the test in this book yet, but this is only a warm-up. So you don't have to worry about it, and you shouldn't come up with very long answers. Very short, okay? Try to manage time and your energy. They are very important. So let's now get started with the test in the book. There are 4 questions. They're about sleeping. I have prepared answers for you and we are going to cover them together. And if there are any vocabulary you might not know, I'm going to tell you the meaning. So everything is prepared, completely ready, and let's get started. The first question is, how many hours do you sleep? Do you usually sleep at night? I usually get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, which I think is enough on average. Simple. Even if you memorize this answer, that will work for you. You can change the hours, but I have tried to choose a normal one. Do you sometimes sleep during the day? I have come up with 2 answers here because it's a yes-no question, so some of you might say yes, some of you might say no. Number 1, A. Yes, I do. Since I am a power napper, taking a short nap can give me a spurt of energy. You are showing off your vocabulary here, and that's totally fine if you've got plans for that. A power napper means a person who takes a very short nap and gets a lot of energy. And instead of gets a lot of energy, I have said a spurt of energy. This means a very large amount of energy. B. No, I never do. Since I get such a grouch if I don't take a long nap, I prefer not to sleep during the day. Grouch means a person who's not in the mood, like those people who get up in the morning and they are angry for some minutes or maybe some hours. We say such a grouch. So, question 3. What do you do if you can't get to sleep at night? Sleeping problems. I am a person who can drift off easily, but if I can't sleep, I often choose a book and take it to bed. It works as if I take sleeping pills. So drift off means fall asleep. So this means it is easy for me. And what do? I read books. This is the idea. Question 4. Do you ever remember the dreams you've had while you were asleep? It's about dreaming when you see some stories or movies while you were sleeping. When I was a kid, I used to remember every single one of my dreams, but now that I've grown older, I barely remember them. Barely means hardly. This means I cannot remember them. That's it. 4 questions finished without talking too much. I am talking too much though, because I have to explain. So do not invest in this part. Do not put your time into it and also energy. Let it go. Just come up with simple answers. Later in part 2 and 3, you are going to make it up because those 2 parts will mark you up or down depending how you function. We've got part 2. As I said, You have 1 minute to think about it, so test it. Give yourself 1 minute, read it, and talk about it for 2 minutes. Then come back, I'm going to tell you my answer. Alright, now that you've come back, you tried it, let's go to the question. The question is, describe a time when you met someone who you became good friends with. So it's about a person. You should say who you met the person, when, time or date, where, the place, what you thought about the person you first met. What did you think? How did you judge the person? Alright? You shouldn't say, I didn't judge him or what, because it's not gonna work. Because you have to come up with some ideas to talk and cover that 2-minute period. And you cannot speak slowly to say, okay, I'll speak it slowly and I'll cover that. It's not true. It's going to actually mark you down, so do not take the risk for speaking slowly or trying to think, because fluency is very important. And explain why you think you became good friends with this person. So here is my answer. I'm going to read it to you. A few years back, I met someone named Sarah during a photography class I decided to enroll in. The setting was a community center in our neighborhood, and it was during those initial moments of introductions and awkward icebreakers that I first encountered Sarah. At first glance, she seemed outgoing, radiating a positive energy that was contagious. My initial impression of Sarah was that she was incredibly friendly but also seemed a bit reserved. There was a warmth in her smile, and as we exchanged those customary first words, it was evident that she had a genuine interest in getting to know people. Yet, there was a certain guardedness that left me intrigued about the layers beneath the surface. Our friendship deepened over shared interests, but more importantly, it was the trust and understanding that developed organically. We became confidants, supporting each other through challenges and celebrating successes. The foundation of our friendship lay in the authenticity we found in one another, a willingness to share vulnerabilities and strengths alike. In retrospect, what made us good friends was the combination of shared interests and a genuine connection that allowed us to appreciate each other's quirks and qualities. Sarah's initial reserve transformed into a beautiful aspect of her personality that I value, and our friendship has continued to thrive on a foundation of trust, understanding, and a shared passion for capturing life's moments through the lens of a camera. So, it might sound very hard, but this is why we say try to use vocabularies. Vocabulary is the key for this part. If you pass it, good or bad, okay? I mean, try to be better than what you think you are. So, more vocabularies can help you. What kind of vocabularies? Vocabularies that are related to people in this part. If you're talking about an object, try to use vocabularies about an object in order to describe it. If you are talking about a place, use vocabularies that are specifically used for places. For example, a historic place, a restaurant. Okay? Use vocabularies that are related to that topic. We call them topic vocabulary. If you do this, I promise you will definitely do your best. Okay? So, Do this, I promise you can definitely find it so interesting. And the topics for this part are limited. They talk about place, they talk about people, they talk about objects, they talk about some time, alright? So pick vocabularies that are related to these topics and try to repeat them. Use them for every case you talk about those situations or those, let's say, topics. Okay? And right now, let's go for the vocabularies, which I thought they can help you with describing a person. Let's get started and go for the meanings of vocabularies. Enroll in means register. Pay money in order to take a class. We have initial. Initial means beginning, first. For example, initial moments, first moments. Awkward means terrible, very bad. Icebreakers. Well, icebreaker is something that will let you be friendly with other people. Like introductions. You go to a class, your teacher asks you to introduce yourself and talk to people, greet them, shake hands, or, I don't know, bow in some other countries, in order to break the ice. Break the ice means to be friendly with other people, not to be shy anymore, not to be serious anymore. So awkward icebreakers. This means those situations we had to greet each other in order to get along with each other, to make friends, and they were awkward. They were terrible. At first glance means at first look, when I first looked at the person. She seemed outgoing, radiating a positive energy. This means sending positive energy because the person was a positive man or a positive lady. Contagious. Like yawning. For example, I say, oh, and then you do it after me because it is contagious. Or for example, I laugh, and because of my laughter, you laugh too. So it is contagious. This means people can act like that person does. That is contagious. Reserved means shy. People who do not want to talk too much. Customary means normal, usual. Warmth. Warmth means a warm case, a warm situation. For example, there was a warmth in her smile. This means every time she smiled, I felt something friendly from the person. Evident means clear. It was evident that. It was clear that. Intrigued. Intrigued means like wondering, wanting to know about something. I was curious about the layer beneath the surface. This means I wanted to know what the person was really like. Alright? Depend. Deep is clear. Now deepen means to become deep. So if a relationship gets deepened, it becomes very strong. Get it? So deepen. It's not depend with one E. Confidence. If people are confident, they become secret keepers. They trust each other. Okay? It's different from confident. Confident people are brave enough to talk, are brave enough to act, so they don't have problems with that. They are not stressed. But confident people are the ones who can, keep your secret so you can trust them. For example, you say, my friend is confident. Confident. This means I can trust him or her. Vulnerabilities. Take a look at strengths. Means strong points. Great. But vulnerabilities means weaknesses. Weak points. Like, I am not really fine talking in front of people, so that's a weakness. But if I am confident talking in front of a camera, so I am confident. That's a strength. That's my strong point. In retrospect means as far as I remember, or let's say in the past, okay, or looking back at those times. Alright? In retrospect. Quirk means those fun moments, funny moments, okay? And thrive. Thrive means develop. Thrive, for example, a relationship or friendship. This means develop a friendship or relationship. Alright? So this is the end of part 2. Let's go for part 3. So, as I have already told you, part 3 is the part you can show off your English better than the previous ones. Alright? So I suggest you that you should, do your best in order to come up with better answers. Something which is not only personal, but also something general. Something that shows your professional knowledge for that. Okay? Let's now get started. It's about friends at the school and making new friends. There are 6 questions, at least for each question you have to talk about less than 1 minute, but not less than 30 seconds. So, because it's going to be boring for the person if you talk too much, and it's going to be very shocking if you talk too little. Oh my god, what did the person do? So, let's go for the first question. How important is it for children to have lots of friends at a school? The answer is, having lots of friends can be beneficial for children's social development. But the quality of friendships matters, is important, more than quantity, numbers. Positive and meaningful connections contribute to emotional well-being and help develop important social skills. It's essential to prioritize healthy relationships over numbers of them. So the idea is that quality of friendships is more important than, let's say, quantity, the number of friends you've got. Okay, you've got 1,000, but are they close? This is important. Contribute to means help. Good word. Vocabulary. Okay. Well-being means feeling good. Emotional well-being. This means some emotional good feelings. Prioritize means have a checklist. If you prioritize something, like your friends, you have got a checklist and you put them in order. Question 2. Do you think it is wrong for parents to influence which friends their children have? Parents naturally play a role in guiding their children's choices, including friendships. However, it's crucial, important, to strike a balance between guidance and allowing children to make their own decisions. Encouraging open communication and teaching values can be more effective than imposing a strict control. So, the answer is going to say that I prefer something else to be important that parents try to get involved in, okay? Not choosing friends. So, crucial means important, as I told you. Strike a balance means balance. Balance. Keep it balanced. Encourage means go, do it. Alright? Encouraging, motivating. Alright? Opposite of that is discouraging. This means, oh no, don't do it. It's not good for you. Don't think about it. Yeah. This is discouraging. That one is encouraging. Positive. Impose means to force somebody something. Like impose strict control. This means parents try to control children actually by force. So this isn't good. Question 3. Why do you think children often choose different friends as they get older? As children grow, they undergo personal development, and their interests, values, and social preferences evolve. Changing friend groups can reflect their natural maturation process. Additionally, exposure to new experiences and environments can lead to the formation of different connections over time. If a person is moving to a new town, what is a good way for them to make friends? Engaging in local activities or clubs related to personal interests can be a great way to meet like-minded individuals. Like-minded means similar. Additionally, participating in community events, volunteering, or attending social gatherings can provide opportunities to connect with new people in a new town. And volunteering means to do something freely, like you're not paid. Attending means going to. Question 5. Can you think of any disadvantages of making new friends online? While online friendships offer connection and support, potential disadvantages include the risk of encountering misinformation or deceptive individuals. Limited face-to-face interaction might also hinder the depth of understanding in relationships. It's essential to exercise caution, prioritize safety, and balance online interactions with in-person connections. Potential means possible. Encounter means face or run into. For example, face a problem, encounter a problem. Misinformation means wrong information. Generally, mis is a prefix using before nouns and it means wrong. Misinformation, mistake, mispronunciation. You get it? Hinder means to make difficulties. Like, interaction might also hinder the depth of understanding. This means it makes difficulties or it makes it difficult for the depth of understanding in relationships. Caution means awareness, knowing something. Alright? Exercise caution. This means exercise knowing something, getting information. In person means face to face, opposite of online. You get it? And the last question. Would you say it is harder for people to make new friends as they get older? For some individuals, making new friends can become more challenging as they get older. Life responsibilities, career demands, and changing priorities may limit opportunities for socializing. Additionally, established social circles can be harder to penetrate. However, with effort and openness, people can still forge new connections through shared interests, activities, or by actively seeking out social opportunities. Career demands means some needs that are related to your job, to your profession. Established means already made, already started. Penetrate means to have access, to gain access. Access to what? Social circles. Social circles are about people, like groups of them, tribes of them. Openness means talking honestly without, covering something else or without, I don't mean cover, I mean without hiding something. That's what I mean. Forge means to make or shape. People can still forge new connections. This means they can shape or make new connections. Actively means in an active way. In a way that you are so active. That's it. This is how you have to talk for IELTS speaking. Alright? If you want to get IELTS standard score, let's say 9, 8.5, okay? This is going to help you very much. But if you want to get just 6, 6.5, alright? Next video, I'm going to come up with ideas. I'm going to come up with grammar and vocabulary that can definitely, most definitely give you 6, 6.5. 6.5, I guarantee. So on my next video, I'm going to tell you about it, how different they are. Okay, take this video, watch next video, almost a week later, and you'll see what I mean by that. And by the way, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? And I also want you to send this video, send the link, share it with other people so that they will watch. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel so that next video will be notified for you. And that's all. This is Saber. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Catch you later on my next video. Bye.